So, good morning, Rotarians. Thanks for joining us. This meeting is called to order.
Got a double bill.
Shortly, I'll be sharing my screen and leading us through another fun presentation to direct the conversation. And periodically, I'll bring it down so that we can see each other's beautiful, friendly faces and have more dialogue. Feel free to speak out as you would during an in-person meeting, but if you're not using your microphone, be sure to put yourself on mute. Or maybe I'll do it for a club fine. All right. Screen sharing. Let's see. Or not.
That worked good.
Yeah, I know, huh? I haven't used this. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Woo. All right. So welcome everybody to the Fortuna Sunrise Rotary Club meeting for August 19th, 2020, volume 8 of my presidential year. We're about 2 months in. Not that I'm counting.
We are.
I bet you are. All right. We have an amazing Rotary Club, and I am so thankful to be a part of it. Okay. So at this time, I'll do some introductions. We have some visiting Rotarians this morning. Welcome, John Cinnamon. I believe he's out there, and he's from Petaluma Club. Yes, everybody is clapping ferociously, John. And also welcome visiting Rotarian and our speaker this morning, George Wagner, who is the district membership chair. Because we're celebrating membership month right now. All right. Yes, and am I missing anybody else? Quick glance. Nope, I think that's it. Awesome. All right. Here we go. At this time, we typically be doing the flag salute, but since this is a virtual meeting, we're going to do a little American history lesson. And darned if I tried to find something uplifting that happened today in history, and I wasn't really able to. That it was kind of a somber day in American history. So I picked 1955 on this day. Hurricane Diane hits the Carolinas, left over 170 people dead, and lots of massive devastation to homes and property. I mean, it was either that or the Salem witch trials. It was a rough day in American history.
Stretching at this time.
Yeah, yeah. Inspirational message of the day: act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. All right, and four-way test this morning, we'll be going to past District Governor Aaron Dunn.
Good morning, everybody. The four-way test. And what I love about the four-way test is I always remember Ruth Ann Schulte, after visiting our club, said that was one of the reasons she joined our club, was because that meant so much to her. So Ruth Ann, in Michigan now, but we still love you. The four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Well done. Well done. All right. Upcoming events. You've seen the first two quite a few times. District Governor's Visit, District Conference coming up in October. Also, our club has made a club donation to Lolita Elementary School to assist with some COVID-19 related improvements. So that's something that's happening behind the scenes I thought I'd bring to your attention. Next month, August 24th, or next Monday, August 24th, 5:30 p.m. to 7 o'clock. We're looking for a team of individuals to do some weed eating at the GLC's Rotary Grove. Pete Fennell will be leading this, although he's not here this morning. But if we could get some folks together to help out, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Bring your own weed eater. That's BOWE exercise, and hope to see a lot of Rotarians out there eating the weeds. And also, special club announcement. Purnell had a baby. What? Yes. Our club's very own past exchange student from Denmark has created a little human being. Say hello to baby Nora. Aww. So that would didn't somebody in our club host Purnell?
Yes, and I had no idea until she sent a message. So we're FaceTiming tomorrow, but I had no idea. And Miley is expecting one any day now, which I think everybody might know about that one. But
Wow. So
does that make me a grandma?
that's what I'm thinking. A grandma twice. I mean, what's
Yeah.
that worth? That untold fortunes, Aaron.
Ooh,
You know,
I would say 20 each.
whoa, awesome. 20 each. I love it.
Yeah.
Give it up for grandmother Erin Dunn.
I know. I always wanted to kind of brag about my grandkids, but since, makes it difficult when I don't have my own kids. So I will take theirs.
So
as my own.
a trip to Denmark in the future?
Oh, you know it.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make Rick Center a great great uncle?
Probably. Rick, do you want to pony up some funds? Oh, we'll wait on Rick. We'll wait on Rick. I'll pick on him a little later.
Yeah, sure, add me in.
All right. Let's see here.
So, yeah, 20 for Nora from me.
Oh, whoa. Hey, love it. Thank you, Rick. Okay. So,
He was in his room. He came in when I went to the bathroom.
is there any club members that have any announcements besides what we pulled up on the board there this morning?
You know, Simon,
Yes, sir.
go ahead, Don.
I was just going to say that it's not really an announcement, but I crossed paths with George Dudevine yesterday in the parking lot at Fortuna Ace, and I had a conversation with him, and he was looking good, sounded good. Voice was a little bit weak, but it was good to visit with him, and he looked well.
Don, who's George Judevine?
What's
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
your, what's wrong with him?
Even Judela.
George Judela, excuse me. Thank you, Rick, for correcting that. I misspoke.
Simon, I just wanted to bring everybody's attention. The FFA this year, FFA and 4-H is having their auction online. And it's a great thing to be able to buy those animals, and those kids, like everybody else, is suffering like hell because of this thing. So, and it's also something maybe to watch and see how it's done as far as auctions online for further fundraising for Rotary.
It's a great idea. Yeah. As a parent of a FFA kid that raised a couple of animals for show in the auction, it's a really good program, and there
Absolutely.
is a bunch of work that goes into it. The kids put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. So, okay, and the parents.
Absolutely.
All right. So my theme of the year has been art, because I am an art educator and artist myself, and so. This week we have a featured artist every week, and this week we are featuring the art of Sarah Junkus. Sarah was born in 1986, grew up in both Hamilton and Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, and her interest in visual arts developed at an early age, starting with dedicated drawings of dinosaurs and lizards, and eventually that study and enjoyment of working with these existing images stirred up a need in Sarah to create images of her own. So here's a picture of her, and let's go to a little bit of her work. A lot of portraits. I'd say majority of her work are portraits. She's got just luscious tones in the the skin, the blend of the colors, the gradients. You'll notice some of these shadows playing across. This is kind of her representation of a Japanese animated character called Princess Mononoke, but you can see this subtle shadow going across her face. Really beautiful, whimsical, some kind of Art Deco styling going on another. So she borrows and picks and chooses from a lot of older classical masters, as well as pulling a lot of the contemporary tonal and values that you see today in artwork. Okay. So yes, like I mentioned, she does portraits. Her direction changed gradually from the world of animation, these dinosaurs and lizards, and she moved towards a path of fine art. She graduated from Ontario College of Art and Design with a Bachelor's of Fine Art, and she currently resides in Toronto, Canada. So here we've got kind of a surreal piece with these beautiful flowers and kind of a cell phone and skulls and lamps and butterflies. There's definitely lots of butterflies in her work. We've got some jellyfish, which I kind of thought related to Sean Griggs, who was our speaker last week. He does a lot of jellyfish and ocean work. And then once again, we've got this cool play on silhouettes where we've got the cast shadow of a rose on the subject's face here. Really beautiful work. And bless you.
Yeah, thanks.
So after introducing some of the work, showing the work, talking about the artist, it's time for Ask a Rotarian about Sarah Junkus' critique, discuss, interpret the type of media. And I'm going to call on our good friend, Rick Sinner, this morning. Tell me what you think about Suburban Surreal by Sarah Junkus.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, as you see, this is called the Moon Butterfly up above here. The housing is pretty spectacular. You got the little perspective view on the telephone wires there. And like you say, the facial tones are really great. The lips are luscious. Her eyes are pretty well done. Eyebrows are plucked nicely. I think the color of her hair is off, though. It doesn't quite match the tones of her face. But a very nice picture.
Interesting. Rick Sinner out of left field just knocks it out of the park. I would say that was one of the best critiques of work. The only thing maybe you didn't mention was the type of medium she was using, oils and acrylics. But man, I'm going to let you off easy. How about a $5 fine?
All right, I'll take it.
I'm floored, Rick. Wow. Good job. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. So another one is which one? This is another little game I like to play. And I'm going to call on Rotarian Frank Ramos this morning. Are you with us, Frank?
I'm here.
Hey, Frank, you like French bread?
I love French bread.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how much do you know about French Impressionism? That's the question this morning. I want to know which one of these paintings was done by Henri Matisse. So 1, 2, or 3?
1, 2, or 3.
Hmm.
See now, yeah. Let's see what happens here. The impression, I naturally gravitate towards number 3. So just because of the impressionist era, the little dots, the little paint dots that, if you look at it closely, it doesn't look like much. You have to look at it from far away. So I'm going to go with 3.
3. And you are wrong. Sorry, that's Garden by Pierre Bonnard. Good guess. $5 fine to you, my friend.
All right.
Let's see. Who else am I going to pick on? 50-50 chance here. How about Penny for Joe?
Okay, so this is post-impressionist, is that correct?
Post-impressionists. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, the real answer is I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess 2 because of the subject matter. But
2. I'm just taking people out this morning. So incorrect as well. That
Okay.
was The Studio by Georges Barak. The correct answer was one of Matisse's most popular works, Pink Nude. So good guess, but $5 fine.
All right.
Sorry. All right. So weekly recognition. Let's see. And okay, good. So each week I'm featuring a Rotarian or Rotarians. I did last week, drawing a little caricature of them and maybe talking a little bit about their personality, or maybe just using symbolic imagery like I did last week with the pumpkin farmers to create a little bit of dialogue about them. And this morning we are going to feature Mr. Heck Wood, past president. Heck, I see you. I don't see your video, but I'm assuming you're there. Maybe. The fine's double if he doesn't talk. All right. Well, for everybody else's enjoyment, Heck is here with us. I see him. So, hey, Heck, how's it going?
I'm here.
Yeah, good. So, Heck, you know, I drew this debonair illustration of you in a top hat, an old magician. Why a magician? Why? It's so weird. Well, the curves on the top of the top hat, or the brim, are similar to the mathematical sign for infinity. And it's been said that magic represents skill, diplomacy, address, self-confidence, and will, as well as the divine motive in humans. So this past president identifies with all of these attributes. Heck was the president of our club when I became a Rotarian, and as I got first introduced to the youth exchange program, his influence and guidance were like waving a magical wand. Yes, and the magic hat is said to enable the wearer to penetrate unseen boundaries. It brings freedom from the laws of time and space, whether it is breaking the boundaries of service in our local community, or pushing the envelope with child labor laws, enlisting his son Eli into our club's various projects. Heck Wood is always available to conjure up time and effort to see a project come to fruition. So let us not forget that the top hat has always been seen as a formal wear in popular culture and business, and it goes without saying that Heck is not only stylish, but trusted among the business community as a financial advisor at Edward Jones. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Heck Wood this morning, the magician. So Heck, that, you know, recognition and magical illustration has to be worth about the same as taking your family out Friday night at the Fortuna Rodeo. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe $15?
Which rodeo are you going to?
I don't know. What's the going rate? I figured you know.
I might know. Yeah. We'll go with that one.
Okay, $15, Heck Wood. Thank you so much. All right, and I'm going to turn it over to our program chair, Erin Dunn, to introduce this week's program.
Thank you, Simon. As Simon mentioned earlier, it's membership month in the Rotary calendar. And what I really love about these remote meetings is that we can have people from Petaluma join us and in the morning. And as you can tell, probably George and John are here with us, and it's easy for them because they are also in a morning club. So thank you both for being here. So George Wagner grew up in Petaluma and is a member of one of my favorite clubs, the Rotary Club of Petaluma Sunrise. He has been a chiropractor for over 20 years and is an avid outdoorsman, enjoying hunting, fishing, kayaking, diving, and spearfishing. He is the past president of his club and started the Petaluma Sunrise Great Petaluma Egg Hunt, which is a huge event. All the community takes part in that. Membership is his passion, and he serves as the club's membership chair and our district membership chair. His club has exploded with membership in recent years, so it's clear he knows how to get it done. So it's my pleasure to welcome this morning George Wagner.
Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that wonderful introduction. And also, I'd like to welcome Michael Bluto from our club as well. So, and Bob Tuttle. They're just popping on left and right. I appreciate all this. So as you guys can see that I'm an avid hunter and fisherman and all that kind of stuff. So if anybody wants to take me out salmon fishing or diving or anything of that up in Fortuna area, I would love to go. That would be such fun. So did everybody get the email from our RI president, Holger Knack, the other day? Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to share. Okay, can you, Simon, can you let me share my screen?
I believe so. Let me see. Let's see. Multiple participants. Are you getting the?
There we go.
Yep. Okay.
There we go. So there we go. Let me try to move things around so I'm not stumbling over all my words. Put that down there. So I'd like to read a little quote from what he said. Did everybody get the letter? Well, anyway, so he said, I'm incredibly inspired by how our members have adapted and responded to COVID-19. This global pandemic has made it difficult for many of our clubs to operate as usual, but we persevered. And over the past few months, I've enjoyed connecting with my fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors in a new way by visiting hundreds of clubs from my home. It's been fun to attend so many meetings virtually. If you haven't already, I encourage you to try an online meeting or add an online component like hosting a guest speaker from a Rotary Club or Rotaract Club located in a different part of the world, which you guys are already doing. Petaluma is definitely a different part of the world. As we build a stronger future for our organization, it's good that we are reaching out to new people and introducing them to Rotary. It's important that our clubs reflect the community we serve. The more diverse voices in our clubs and our leadership will help Rotary stay in touch with a changing world. And that was Holger Knack. So today we're going to talk about membership, growth, fun, and enhancement. So we're going to talk about new members. Where can you get them? We're always looking for new members for our club. So you can go onto your LinkedIn groups. Is everybody on LinkedIn or some of the people on LinkedIn we can find some new members with? There the boy, Simon. Facebook friends. We can always, we have Facebook friends everywhere. I mean, everybody's on Facebook these days. Organizations you belong to, the chamber, alumni groups, sports teams, trade associations. I'm sure you guys have some trade associations up there that would probably be benefit with joining your Rotary Club. And actually reactivating previous members. That's always a great way to talk to past members and get them back. And then, so what are some other places you can find? You can find PTA meetings. You can, your own friends and friends of friends and families and stuff. So there's always places to find new members. So how do you connect with new members? So we can call, text, email, social media is a great way to find new members. And you have to show interest in these people. It's, showing interest in caring and loving and what we do in Rotary is to show how much we care and how much we're changing the world. Send them information about upcoming Rotary projects that would be interested in them. Invite them to join a meeting in a fun way. Like this, send them a sweet note. Say, it'd really be sweet if you joined us for our meeting of this Wednesday. You see how the little join us thing there. So we got to continue a little bit more. So you can mail somebody a photo of a completed project with a little note. I think it would be perfect for helping us with the flags on Main Street or the trees at the Lucas Community Center or even the Lolita Elementary School that you guys are doing. That's phenomenal community projects. And then also your international projects. Mail a photo completed international project with a note. I think you'd be perfect for helping us change the lives of children with Rotoplast. Rotoplast is such an incredible project, and it changes the lives of so many children. And just by showing before and after pictures of the kids does some amazing things. I mean, people would just melt when they see all these smiling faces with their cleft palates all sewn together. And then have your president or membership director go ahead and reach out to them at virtual welcome. So membership engagement at regular virtual meetings. How do we do that? Well, you guys do a great job because you guys get on and the greeter is always there 10 to 15 minutes before, and we can chit chat with other members. You can also do some after meetings, and I'm not sure that you guys do, but you sounded like you guys stay after and talk a little bit as well. You can ask questions and go around the room for virtual quick answers. Like, what was your first concert? Mine was Jimmy Buffett at Sonoma State University. What was the first make and model of your car? Mine was a white 1973 Grand Prix. And then what is your intention in one word today? One word is inspire. So you can also take virtual polls. There's a lot of things that you guys can do to get going and create different conversations. You can also do breakout rooms. My wife does virtual meetings with the Chamber of Commerce in Marin, and she does breakout rooms, which is phenomenal. They do stuff from book clubs to diving to polo to, I mean, so many different things. And then they go to different rooms and they learn all about these different projects and different things that they can do. So somebody can either assign them, or you can actually ask for signups. And then you can also combine efforts with other clubs, other clubs, the Fortuna Club in your area. You can create a large meeting, or even in the whole northern area up there, you can get 3 or 4 or 5 clubs up there to join and do a whole meeting today. And as Holger said, you can do clubs from afar, or even maybe from a different country. So see if you can share a meeting and see how people can get on and see what different countries are all about and see how everybody else runs their meetings. And, there's other suggestions, there's youth groups. There's so many ways that you can engage people at different meetings, So additional membership engagement activities. So let me back up a second. Right after Holger's letter, I had a video of how not to engage new members. There was from the Rotary Club of Fair Oaks, was hilarious. This gentleman was invited to Rotary. Let me give you a little brief synopsis of it. And he walks in with his little slip, and ahead of him was some Rotarians doing the secret knock. Knock, 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 knock. The guy opens the door. Okay, nobody else come in. So, and then finally the guy goes in, and the next scene is this lady's at the front desk. May I help you? And he's like, what the heck? So, and then he's going to go sit down for a meeting. And everybody's like, oh, don't let the new guy sit here. Come on, here, somebody sit here instead of the new guy. And then all of a sudden the bell rings and he's done. And he's sitting there like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden here's the janitor comes in. And, like, is this how Rotary is supposed to be ran? Well, that's definitely not how Rotary is supposed to be ran. You guys do a great job up there. And I wanted to share that video with you, but that's where my glitches were coming from, the myrotary.org. So today we're going to continue talking about additional membership activities. Do you guys do any bi-weekly newsletters at all? Simon? No? We used to do what's called the Spark. And the Spark is a really cool thing. It's it was a synopsis of what the letter did, of what we did in our meeting throughout the week. And we basically said, the president rang the bell at so-and-so time, and blah, blah, blah. Somebody was our guest speaker, somebody, blah, blah. And it was a great way for people who weren't able to get onto the meeting to understand what we actually had for the meeting. There's a lot of fun things that you can do to engage your members. You can do virtual wine tasting, especially here at 7 a.m. in the morning. Everybody like to have a little morning toast. And you can also do this on off-hour times. You can have your little private meetings and fun meetings, in the evening times. My wife does Sip and Paint, or she used to go to Sip and Paint, but now she does Sip and Paint virtually, which is an awesome, fun thing. I see her having a little glass of wine and doing some fun art. And yoga, our local yoga studio here does virtual yoga now. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to get out there and engage your membership. If you know somebody that's a golf pro, you can give golf tips. There's a lot of fun, different ways you can do it. One of our members does cooking, so we can actually do cooking classes. And so you can set up small virtual group meetings and figure out all different kinds of fun things that you can do. Continued, we can do a virtual book club. Everybody likes to read. We can do volunteer for opportunities that meet our current restrictions, unfortunately. So there's a lot of restrictions, but we can figure out different ways to get around these things. The people who are very handy with their hands, they can build garden boxes and get a small couple group together and be social distancing while still building garden boxes and donate them to communities and places where they're in need. Check your local food shelters and pantries and see how you can organize and help them raise food and raise money and get food for them. And you can also send cards and magazines and books and puzzles to local seniors. We have a lot of senior housing around here that definitely needs something to do during these pandemic times. So since I missed my video, I'm going to finish reading up with Holger's last quote of his statement. So let's find every opportunity to show we value each and every member. Let's seize the moment to build on what we've learned, to embrace the new reality, to welcome new faces, and to find additional ways to shine. This is how we have a continuing impact in the world. And if you need assistance along the way, Rotary offers many resources that can help you reach your goals. And that's what Holger Knack said in his last email. So let's open this up to any ideas. Everybody take you off mute. And I don't know how to, let's see, they're right there. So who else has some other ideas to influence, or not influence, but what can you do to create some fun things to enhance membership in your club? What can you do to invite members? Anybody? So Simon, how many new members have you had this year?
We haven't had any. I mean,
okay. Have you had any guests?
Yes.
Excellent. So when we have the new members, we definitely want to keep on reaching out to them. We don't want to be too persistent and bugging them, but we definitely want to keep on sending them notes and let them know that Rotary is there for them. And when we attract new members and when we seek new members, we want to make sure that they are right for your club. We have 3 clubs here in Petaluma, and each club has its own distinct personality. And so just because we would like you to join our club doesn't mean that your personality would fit with our club. So a possibility that your personality might fit with another club, or that club's personality might fit best with you. So make sure that you have your members or your new potential members do a lot of research and find out which club, maybe the Fortuna Club or the Fortuna Sunrise or any other clubs around your area, might be a good fit or a better fit. We've definitely asked members to go, seek the other clubs, and when they visit all 3 of the clubs to make their decision. And some of them don't choose our club, which I'm totally astonished. But there's a lot of ways to get groups out there. What other projects have you guys done to include other people, Simon?
Historically, or in the last 2 months since I became?
Just in the last couple of years, historically, I guess.
Well, we have I think you mentioned in your slideshow, but we have this Flags on Main Street project. And so our club has really hosted it, but we've reached out to a lot of the other service clubs in the area, or I should say Rick Center, who's kind of the chair of that, has. And so they adopt like a day a year that we put out the flag. So our club's responsible for 2, and we do it 6 days a year. So there's several other clubs that do it. And when they do, sponsor a day, our club's out there helping them as well. So it's a great way to network with other groups like Seroptimus and Kiwanis, or any other service club in our area, and kind of work alongside them in a service project. So I think that that's a really effective method. Something that I'm working on just as my presidential year is the possibility of a satellite club, which to my
We
understanding,
talked about that, yeah.
there isn't one in our district. So I've been talking with the was it you that I called on the phone? And
Yes, we spoke.
I'm curious. I think with this platform, communication is changing. It's been changing a lot over the last 20 years, and virtual communication, I really believe, is the future. Maybe not for all people, but it's definitely going to become more and more relevant as time goes on. So I really see a smaller group of maybe younger professionals that could get together in a virtual setting once we get back to traditional club meetings. So I think that'd be a great way
It's
to.
amazing how virtual everything is going from work. I mean, everybody's working from home these days, and creating, this new technology and this new pandemic and all this stuff that's going on really forces the world to change a lot. And, Rotary's here to change in the better way.
Yeah. I mean, some of us are going in, just marching in, and other people are kind of kicking and screaming. But I think once people embrace it a little bit, they really enjoy it. And I'm really impressed with our club. We maybe it's not the preferred method that people want to meet, but darn it, we got 27 people on here at 7 a.m. So I think it's really great, and we engage and we talk, and I feel like even though I haven't seen a lot of these folks in person, I've still been able to connect and keep up with them. So
Exactly. That's family. And, you run a great meeting. I really enjoyed the meeting, and thank you for having me today. It was, you've been to some meetings where they're kind of slow and sleepy and stuff like that. I love all your artwork. I love all the art appreciation. And, it really engages the members in different ways instead of just talking at them. And that's a phenomenal way to do this. And, and maybe we can even see how many different backgrounds we can get for everybody's, screenshots and stuff like that. So does anybody else have any other questions for me?
George, I have a question
Yes,
before
Don.
Ross Rowley jumps in, because he did that last week. Bad. So Rotary used to have potential new members used to have to qualify, meet certain qualifications. What are the current qualifications that we should be looking for new members?
That's a great question. So with the diverse way that Rotary is coming about, we're always looking for quality members, okay? And we want members that obviously can afford to be in Rotary and have the time, the talent, and the energy. With that being said, it can be anybody that has the money, the time, the talent, and the energy. It used to be the old man's group years ago. You've seen the 1950s and 60s with the suit and the ties, and the in the 40s and the top hats and all that kind of stuff. But now, if you saw last year's president when he made the announcement that it's a whole new diverse Rotary these days. It's a whole new world of Rotary these days. So if you have the time, the talent, and the energy, we're looking for people who want to change the world in a better place. Did that answer your question, Don?
Yes, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear that Rotary is shifting
Yes.
in that direction.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
George,
time
this is Sapper here. Just a couple quick thoughts when you were asking about how to engage
Yes, John.
folks who maybe haven't been involved. One thought, what about previous members of our club who have moved to other areas, maybe inviting them to a meeting?
That's a great idea. So,
Yeah, that's
I'm
one.
sorry, go ahead.
That's one, or another, with the picture of Purnell there, I think it'd be kind of fun to invite previous exchange students if they would like to join us. Not all of them the same meeting, but one a week, the different meetings, just to get a little quick catch up on that. I think that
Sean?
would be enjoyable as well.
That's a great idea, because that way you can get their feelings back of what they've been doing over the years. We actually are inducting a new member on Friday who was our past member. He moved to Idaho. And so we're having a virtual member from Idaho rejoining our club this Friday. He's been a guest for a few weeks, and he will be inducted on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always ways to bring new members back, old members back, exchange students and things like that. That's phenomenal. Thanks, John.
I would also like to add, when we do community events like Flags on Main Street, and when we clean the creeks and World Polio Day and things like that, to be sure to remember to invite the entire family when you're looking at a member coming in. That's actually how I have met people like Angela Johnson. I met her family when they came out when she was first joined. And I think the family aspect is a big part of this. And that's when they get to plant flags with us and do those kinds of events, to not forget about the entire family.
That's a great point. And you get the kids out there, because, you get the kids out there helping, and then they can see what service is. Then they grow up with a service, and they get the work ethic to make the world a better place. And they become future Rotarians as well. We talk about in our club, are you in Rotary or are you a Rotarian? And when, the living by the four-way test, some people are Rotarians that live by the four-way test, and they're not even in Rotary or even heard of Rotary, just because that's the ethics that they live by. And when we start teaching these young people, when we bring them out to projects like that, Ross, it teaches them to be actually Rotarians at the young age, and they grow up knowing the life of service and making the world a better place. That's a great idea, Ross.
So have you found with Zoom meetings and new members, have you kind of restructured a little bit in order to make them feel more involved? I can see in a Zoom meeting with somebody new just sitting there going, yeah, this is cool, but I don't know anybody, I don't know nothing. So have you restructured like that, or found that helpful? Or
That's a great question. So when we do have new members or new guests, you have to reach out to them and definitely make them feel included, because like you said, Don, we're here, we're all a bunch of faces. We're 27 to 30 faces, and not everybody's going to get heard. And so we want to make them feel included, like they are going to make a difference in the world as well. So when you have new guests and members, or, possible distant members, have your membership chair or somebody who's a good scribe write notes to them and make them feel comfortable, and invite them back and invite them to different projects that you guys do. And that's the main thing, is making people feel included. And a note, a letter, an email, a phone call, all those things are great to get people involved, make them feel like they're wanted again.
Great. Any other questions for George this morning?
I want to thank you guys for having me today. And if you have any other questions, Aaron has my email, or you guys can all find my email on DACDB, and shoot me some questions, and I'd be happy to answer. And I'd love to come back anytime, Simon.
Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us, to us and with us today. It was great. Lots of things to think about, I think.
Good.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any announcements, general announcements for the club, Rotary at large, community projects they'd like to see happen? Give you just a minute. All right. Yes.
Well, going back to what Don was saying about the auction at the fair, the fair, is hurting this year like everybody else, but they are put in it for a conditional use permit to do some other things there. And there is a planning commission meeting coming up for them to talk about it. If anybody's interested in writing a letter of support, get hold of me and I can give the information to them.
Okay, awesome.
It's, I think it's late this month is when the meeting is. So it's kind of you can send in your information either by letter or by email. So like I said, if anybody's interested, just have them contact me and I'll give them the information.
And if just in the spirit of contacting members and stuff, if any of the club members are looking to get a hold of anybody, we have a database called DACDB, DACDB. You can log into that. It's kind of like a Rotary Rolodex plus a whole bunch of other features, but that's a great way to get people's emails or phone numbers and whatnot. So if you don't have Ken's contact information, you can find it there. And if you don't know how to get into it, get a hold of me and I will link you up. All right. We're going to do a raffle. So first we'll start out with the tickets. And who's going to be the lucky potential winner of Untold Fortunes?
$100.
Whoa. Looks like, oh, that Rotarian is not here this morning. Let's see. Who's next? Who's next? Kurt Weiss. Are you ready, Kurt? What's it going to be? 8 weeks, nobody's gotten the golden ball yet. All right, here goes. Here, oh, it's a white ball. Pay $5. Okay. Sorry, Kurt. Another week,
okay.
The pot grows. Thank you so much. Fortuna Sunrise Rotarians, thanks for joining us this Wednesday morning. It was great to see y'all's faces. Have a wonderful day. Have a great week. And let's keep doing good in the world, huh?
Thank you, Petaluma Sunrise members, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it.
Meeting
Awesome.
adjourned.